And welcome back to Underground Sports Talk. I'm Alex.
I'm Jordan.
Oh, thank you. All right.
Say my name.
I don't think either one of us can take host duties.
No.
Or else the whole thing would just go to crap. So, hey, Underground Sports Talk. And we are here with the Packers-Lions Thanksgiving Day recap. And boy, hey, you know what? Just to start it off, I got Julian over here. He's just chilling, but let's finish this. This will officially be a full bottle of Fireball on the night. Cheers. You got bubblers?
A box of bubblers.
Perfect. Oh, wow. Okay.
Just drinking Fireball out of a glass. I love it.
Yeah, man. It's fancy, bro.
It's fancy. It's snowing outside, so I drink Fireball out of a damn glass.
Dude, there's so much snow out there right now. It's wild. I just went out there to go grab something for my truck, and it's like the door is scraping on the top of the snow there. So, it pushed some away for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's your snow story for today? I've just been inside with Julian playing Tony Hawk.
For
drinking whiskey. So
you invite me over for the Tony Hawk thing?
Try to get you over here to do the show, but
hey,
it's whatever.
Yeah. I was just hitting kids in the face with snowballs and tackling them. And
good.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. I guess I'm gonna play in the snow tomorrow. That's gonna be my thing. So yeah, we are definitely in Wisconsin. We're living in the it seems like when it snows this much, it seems like we're in like a different world almost. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but to me the roads feel like free range, like the whole road is yours, and like whoever's on it, whoever drives the best wins.
Yeah, bro. When I left the Pizza Hut, if you will, I was just like hitting it in the parking lot, like going crazy. Jay's like, "There's a cop! There's a cop right there!"
The same thing happened to me. I was going to do donuts. Like, it's just natural. I feel like it's just natural instinct when you're a man with multiple testosterones, and so I started doing it. So, there's a cop right there. I was like, I don't care. They don't care. There's too much other stuff going on right now. They don't care about a couple of donuts. They like donuts, actually, I thought.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's fun. It's a fun time. First snow in Wisconsin's like a holiday itself. Everything's closed, and then just kind of do whatever you want. If you're brave, you can go drive. If you're scared,
stay at home
in the house. I wanted to go out. I wanted to go sledding, but I guess that's gonna happen tomorrow. So, yeah,
tomorrow.
With that being said,
yeah,
time to get back to business.
Yes, sir.
What we're here for. Lions Packers recap. Jordan, what are your thoughts off of that? I know we're 2 days separated from that game, but it gave us time to digest it, just like we had time to digest our Thanksgiving dinner. Now we're just all digested mentally and physically.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think there's a lot to digest there. If you just kind of think about how the game went, we started off with the defense, flying around, making stops. The first 2 drives, I think they might have had like 5 yards or something. I don't know. But then, just talking about the defense, then the defense kind of, I wouldn't say completely collapsing, but did fall off for like, what was it, like 4 drives in a row? I think they scored on.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Um, but then again, the defense ramped it back up at the end, and you know, you, Micah kind of took over in the second half. He was all over in the entire game,
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, that second half he really took off. Um, and the offense, seemed to be flowing, pretty good. I like where we were offensively. Um, I think the big thing is I just felt that we needed to. There was still a couple drives we didn't finish. Had to end with a couple field goals. So we still got to tighten that up. The Lions aren't the best team in the NFL. Not the best team that we're going to play, in my opinion, right now. And yeah, we got to tighten those up. But yeah, overall, the game was awesome. That was an exciting game. Maybe not instant classic, but that was a great game to watch, no matter what.
Yeah.
Uh,
You're calling for instant classic.
yeah, yeah, it was close, but I wouldn't say classic. But it was an enjoyable game to watch. As you could have been a Lions fan, Packers fan, just an NFL fan. It would have been an enjoyable game to watch for sure.
I don't know about as a Lions fan. I feel like it felt like we were taking control most of the game.
Yeah.
And like any smart Lions fan kind of knew what was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen probably early on in the third quarter. I don't know. It's just, you could feel it. Once you watch enough football, you can tell when, like, hey, unless we do something completely ridiculous, we got this thing in the bag. And I think that, again, all three phases we played pretty well, didn't make it really any mistakes. Everyone was nice and sound. The defense was electric for the most part of the game. I mean, I believe, I agree with what you were saying about how they kind of let up at the end, which again is annoying, but talk about that later. Just overall, I think that we played great. The offense showed some room for improvement as they have, but again, they did improve. They're like improving little by little every single week. So that's really exciting to see, especially, because in the NFL, it's always about getting hot at the right time. And well, golly, right now is the right time. Okay. Right now, again, we've talked about it. We got our whole division to play. We just swept the Lions. We got to get the Vikings one more time later in the year. Then we got Bears coming up. But like I was saying, it all really started with the Vikings game. We could not lose that game. We absolutely could not, and we didn't. And we looked pretty good in there. We just would like to see the offense improve a little bit, which again they did. Jordan Love tied for a career high of touchdown passes against the Lions. So, I mean, it looked good. I'm feeling good. I think that based off of what Jahmyr Gibbs did the previous week and what we held him to was great on our defensive side. So, the Lions are not the best team in the NFL. I agree, but they're not pushovers. They're not the worst team in the NFL, and they're not mediocre by any means either.
Yeah.
What I feel like is Dan Campbell, his pride gets in the way. I've said it before. Like, his pride is going to be the death of that team. I think situations where he's going for it, before he even gets to the 50-yard line, and it's fourth and medium, and it's just not looking like maybe the best time to do it. He does it, and just kind of weird times in the game where it's like, okay, you're gonna really do that, and then next thing you know, turnover on downs, the other team's ball. So he definitely misses Ben Johnson, which sucks that he misses him for a reason that will be in another video. But I think that, the Lions, they got some work to do. They got to figure something out on the coaching end. I'm not saying fire Dan Campbell or anything like that. I honestly don't care what they do. But if they were Lions fans trying to speculate what they need to do. I feel like, an offensive coordinator. But
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, with Dan Campbell, this is any of the coaches or anybody in general, like always, like usually your biggest strength is your biggest weakness. In some cases too, where, Dan Campbell, he does take those chances when, like, the analytics would say don't do it. Other teams aren't doing it. Going for it on fourth down, nowadays is nothing. Everybody does it. If you're on plus side of the field, but also when you don't make it, you look like an idiot. So I mean,
you gotta make it. So it's not just the play call, or not just the going forward. It's also the play call. Like, what play are you going to run?
Yeah.
And hey, I'm just going to restate it. I mean, I said it on social medias. I mean, technically this is still social media. I'm going to say it right now, right here. Dan Campbell, you're just a glorified mascot.
Boom!
I should have opened up with that and then explained, actually, he's not. He just needs some help. He lost Ben Johnson, who was a great offensive coordinator.
Hey,
shut up.
That's what they're gonna. That is what the Lions need. I think they need a voice on the off, just like the Packers. We need a voice on the defensive side because LaFleur, he's the voice offensively and things like that. The Lions need that, and I think that maybe this offseason they might Dolphins move on from a certain head coach over to the Lions.
I don't know. Hey, you know what? I don't know why we're trying to help the Lions either. I know we're more, as Packer fans, just as fans in general, we're more logical than the team itself and like the higher ups over there. But we should probably just hide these secrets and let them try to figure it out for themselves. Because I'm not in the business of helping them out. But that would be crazy if Mike McDaniels went over there, and that would suck too.
Yeah, I'd like him in Green Bay. I mean, let LaFleur just yell at the media instead. But
yeah, he's good at that. Yeah, I think that man, imagine being a Lions fan right now. Like, their run is over now. They had a good run. They made it to the playoffs. They were number 1 seed. Weren't they number 1? No, they were number 2 last year.
Yeah.
And then they didn't, they lost the game. They're in and out. And then now they're just out of it, man. I don't see them really. Maybe, getting a wild card and things like that here and there, competing. But they're not going to be the juggernaut that they once were anymore. And aside from that, honestly, kind of going into what you were saying earlier, I don't think there's really any juggernaut in the league. I don't think there's a team that's like, hey, that team's the team to beat, and I'm going to be worried about them. I know LA is doing good, but obviously Philly's not doing nothing. They couldn't even beat the Bears. So they just looked horrible. Like, you're watching that game and you're wondering, how did we lose to Philly?
Yeah. Well, I think the only team that I would say you could be like, man, that team is a juggernaut. Right there. I'd say Green Bay, but we haven't put it together.
Damn right.
That's the thing. We haven't put this. Look at our record. We have a solid record, and we haven't had one game where we put it all together. We've had flashes of great offense, flashes, more flashes of great defense, but we've had the slip-ups. Even in this game, like, you want to talk about our defense played great at the beginning and great at the end. That's why we won the game. But if they would have played that same way throughout the whole game, people, the thought of the Packers would be more of that juggernaut. You know what I mean? Like, look at that defense. You got Love throwing 4 touchdowns. That defense, taking over. So I would say I'm going to keep saying it. We got the most talented roster in the league, and we had some guys in the comments talking about what they say about.
Don't get me started with the guys in the comments.
there was a couple. I'm sure they're all Lions fans, but one was saying that the Packers keep having the youngest team in the league, and they're gonna, they're not gonna be able to do anything because they have the youngest team in the league. Look what we're
is that
doing.
even supposed to mean? I mean, youngest team in the league, but we just made a huge free agent signing, and Micah Parsons, who's been in the league, and he's still young. That's just a good thing. I don't know what is that even supposed to mean. You guys have the youngest team in the league. Like, I can see the argument of like, okay, you don't pick up any free agents. You don't keep any players. All you do is draft like a crappy team who's constantly restarting, like the Jets or something. But that is not the case with the Packers at all. No. And like, I mean, it used to be, I guess, like not used to. There's a while where we're not picking up any big free agent signings and making any trades or anything like that.
Yeah.
So now we have players that we drafted, that are homegrown and they're still young. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna.
I thought it was hilarious. I was just like, yeah, well, I mean, okay, we're young. Like I said, in my opinion, we're the most talented, and I think in anybody's opinion, we're at least in the top, 3 to 5 most talented teams in the league, and we're the youngest team in the entire league. Like, what that is setting up for dynasty. That's not setting up for, being the youngest team. We're not gonna be able to do things. We already have experience. All of our, almost everybody. Micah probably has the least experience in the playoffs than any of our our other players, because we have what is it, last time we got 3 playoff games under our belt in the last 2 years. That's and high intensity games, great games. That 49ers game, we were right there. Could have been in the conference championship 2 years ago, and then last year that hurts, but it was a good game. So yeah.
I think that just looking back, going back to the Lions game, I feel good. Like I know, I understand. Like, we do have situations with the offense that we need to improve, but I just feel like everybody is starting to do their part. You got guys catching footballs. You got Jordan Love making smart plays, great plays, and you see Matt LaFleur calling a good game too. So I'm pretty excited about that. Based off of what Jahmyr Gibbs a week ago, we held him to like 64 yards or something like that on the game.
68 yards rushing, and then he had 18 yards receiving.
And
you keep them under 100 yards, I'm good with that. No touchdowns. That's
huge. So I don't know exactly what he had last week or last week, but I do know that he put up 55 fantasy points. So that's got to be a lot of freaking yards. That's 200 plus and like two TDs. So
2 what?
I said that's like 200 plus 2 TDs.
Oh, TDs. Okay, I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't tempt me with a good time.
So last week he had 219 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, 35 yards receiving, and a touchdown. He had 3 touchdowns and 260 yards.
Wow. And I mean, it was against the Giants, but hey, whatever, dude. Whatever.
I don't care who you're playing. That is a great game.
That's a great game. And that's something that, has been in talks of like, hey, the Packers, cool, they got their pass rush down. They don't got no rush defense, no run defense, supposedly. But we've been doing pretty well against running backs. I mean, we've held Saquon Barkley to basically null. But I mean, well, a lot of people have been lately. He's kind of a one-hit wonder with the Eagles. So you can quote me on that too. But I think that our run defense has been doing great. Like the whole front line has just been doing. The whole D line has been doing pretty well.
Oh yeah.
For us. So that helps out a lot. That obviously that turns into picks, turns into sacks, turns into tackles for losses. So and it shows. So I'm really excited about that. I'm happy of what we held Jahmyr Gibbs to, because he was really the only one I was worried about in the game.
Yeah. Williams went off, but he had 144 yards and was it 1 or 2 touchdowns? But that's fine. I mean, if you're playing a really good team, which I still think they're a really good team, not a great team, but a really good team, you have to pick your poison. And, like I said, going into the game, we have to stop Gibbs. We stop Gibbs, we win the game. Yeah. So, I mean, we could probably get into, because game ball time, huh? What you thinking?
Yeah, I do want to get into game balls, and I'm excited that it's game balls and not blame beers.
Yes, sir.
I get to drink the blame beers again. I don't have to give them away to people.
Yep.
That's my favorite part. That's the highlight of the week when we win.
Mm-hmm.
But real quick, I wanted to talk about the whole situation because you're going to hear something when a certain fan base, aka the Lions fans, lose a game that they swore they were going to win, that they were going to be talking shit if they did win. They come up with excuses. And what do you think their excuse was on social media? I'm asking you because I'm on social media looking at
I'm not
all the time, and you're not much. So I just want to ask you kind of, what do you think it was?
Ooh. Man, that game's tough to excuse.
Right? Thank you.
So,
see what you can come up with. Are they blaming themselves like a normal fan base would do?
I don't see that. I feel like Lions fans veer more towards like a Bears fan, blame anything, and that's why they're in the position they are usually. Refs? Could have been refs?
Bingo.
Where? What did I miss? Tell me. Enlighten me, please.
It's all stuff that we know about that was clearly explained during the game on what was going on, and they choose to have selective hearing or short-term memory because their team lost, that they don't seem to understand what happened. So first one would be the Dantayvion Wicks touchdown catch. They're showing pictures like, how was this a touchdown? They circle the ball in Dantayvion Wicks' hand and his first foot down. They're like, how is this a touchdown? Like, dude, what do you mean? How is it not a touchdown? Thanks for circling that for me so I can just go around and say, how is this not a touchdown? Like, what are you talking about? How is this not a touchdown? So I could use the graphic for the exact same reason. I don't know. They're just pulling shit out their ass at this point. And then, another one was the Matt LaFleur timeout. Like, they just gave him that. They gave him that. But they explained right there that Matt LaFleur was calling it way earlier than what they actually showed. So,
you can't just go off. You can't just go off his hand gestures. I mean, fine. You can have that. There was one bad call that they had. Even if he didn't say it, whatever. Even though, obviously, if you're watching the game, that the broadcast, was saying that. But even that, okay, you lost the game because we called a timeout. That's why you lost the game, bro. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I know it saved us from that false start. but still, we win the game either way. We're still gonna win the game.
Yeah, what was it like? Maybe it was like a third down or something.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah,
we were across the 50 for sure.
Oh, we were down at the goal line. I think we were on the.
Oh yeah.
We were like on the 3 or 4 yard line. So it would have been tough. It would have backed us up, and maybe they get a stop there.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're looking at, if that's why if you're looking at that and saying that's the reason you lost the game, well, what about the fact that you gave up 4 touchdown passes to Jordan Love? What about the fact that you couldn't score? Yeah, come on. Like, what about the fact that you guys seem to not know who Micah Parsons was? Like, what about that? I don't know.
That seems to be the difference between Packer fans and like Lions and Bears fans. We tend to be logical and understand, like, hey, team played like crap. You didn't put up any touchdowns. Your star running. I mean, they put up touchdowns, but your star running back didn't even put up 100 yards. Didn't put up no touchdowns. Like, come on, there's something else going on than one bad call. And the fact is, it wasn't even a bad call. So what are we doing? All right, what the heck are we doing?
You think that they're how we got, obviously we got our little segment, we got our blame beers. You think their blame beers are like not handed out to anybody on the team? It's like refs, Matt LaFleur, he had that, his hair was on point. Like, that's not fair. Like,
it was too good.
Yeah. Let's talk about, bro, Matt LaFleur's hair. He was looking good. He was looking good. Yes. Or whatever. Yeah. He had a fresh cut, bro. It was like perfect. His little bloop, bloop that he has on the top was perfect. Bloop,
bloop. Hey, I'm not afraid to say it. You're not either. You just said it. You guys are screen record this too. Matt LaFleur be looking good. And when he looks good, he feels good. When he feels good, he coaches good. That leads to winning. That's all I care about.
Yep.
I don't care if it makes me think about things that I shouldn't. All right? All right. So, with that being said,
yeah, let's
give out some game balls.
let's give out some game balls. Let's well, all right.
Hey, you know what? I'm going off of that. Sorry. We keep trying to get into game balls. I keep interrupting that. So I think as a leader, appearance has a lot to do with things, right? Just respect.
Yeah.
Look at Dan Campbell. Did you see that? It was last year. There's a picture going around, and I like paused it and took a picture of it. But like he was like yelling at the TV, and you could see his teeth were all like decaying and just going bad, and it just didn't look good at all. It was tough to look at.
It was a tough looker. Yeah.
Let me see if I can pull it.
Bad teeth is not. Ugh. Matt LaFleur has some good teeth. That's a man with some teeth.
Yeah.
His teeth in his mouth.
So, all right, everyone was saying like, well, it was the dip. It was the dip, and like maybe, but like, stop having dip do this to me. So, all right,
do some nicotine patches like a normal human being. Oh, what the? Wow.
I forgot this game. It was from last year. Like, I caught this like watching it live. They put it on. It was like when you're going into commercial and they're just showing like slow motion stuff, and like you just see this slow motion.
Oh man,
that's like he smokes 6 Marlboro Reds every down.
It looks like he's chewing just like pure nicotine, like just right into his teeth.
It looks like he chews on wood chips before every game.
Yeah, like just look at the placement of the teeth too. Like the ones like just falling back into his tongue. Does he even have a tongue? What is wrong with this guy?
I don't know if he's human. All right, I don't even know if he's human. So he's got 2 teeth in front of the ones, and then he's got a back row, and then it goes back to normal, if you would say, and then it goes to I don't know, man. Sorry, Dan Campbell. I don't mean to rag on you like that, but you did it to yourself. So I'm gonna just stop sharing that though.
Yeah, that's unsightly.
Yeah.
What? I thought it was gonna lead to a point or something.
No, it's just like
So this
this
is
is
fucked
like
up.
it's like I don't know. This just made me think about that. We're talking about appearance and stuff like that. So
Never gonna be able to eat caramel the same.
yeah, that's what happens when you eat too many caramel apples.
Just ate the caramel off. They ain't none of the apple, bro.
Just scrape the caramel off with his teeth. And that's it. All right, hey, you know what? We had enough talk about looks and what we think about men and their looks. Let's get into some game balls.
Balls.
So we got 5 game balls to give out for the Lions Packers Thanksgiving massacre. What do you got for your game ball or Oles Jordan? Damn. I don't know what happened there.
Well, first game ball. Let's see. I'm gonna go. Let's just go off the top, and I'm gonna go with somebody you talked about.
Oh, see.
Person you thought you were gonna have as an impact player, Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is. I don't know if we've had. I'm trying to think if we've had a player that impacted the game like he does every game. We've had great. I'm going back all the way to obviously, I was very young when Reggie White was around, but I think and even so, think of the greatest defenders that have been on the Packers since you've been watching them. Clay Matthews, Charles Woodson. It's still, we still got that. He has to do some stuff in the playoffs to be on their level. But as far as consistency from what we've seen so far, I don't know. Because you'd have games where they would scheme Clay Matthews out of the game. They would just focus on stopping him. Other players would be able to step up. With Charles Woodson, he got beat. He got beat a lot because he's always taking chances. So, for a defensive player, I don't know, man. This guy's amazing. Deserves a game ball. And his impact this week was all over. Not just in the pass game, the run game. He had a lot of good setting the edge there and not just going after the quarterback. He did. There was one play where he did try and go after the quarterback. I was just thinking about that. They had like a big run. I think maybe it was a reverse or something. I couldn't remember, but yeah. First game ball, Micah Parsons.
Game ball goes Micah Parsons. Well, he went after the quarterback. He had 2.5 snacks. I was just looking at the corner of my screen and looking that it was saying snow still. And then I was reading snow in my head and gonna say sacks, but he had 2.5 snacks. He was snacking on that Jared Goff pack. That's what he was doing right there. So he had 2.5 sacks. So I think that's a very rightful game ball to go to. Now I'm gonna give the second game ball to a man whose jersey I've had for a little while, a throwback jersey. I actually have it on right now, and nobody else knows what it is except for you.
Can we see it? Or?
But that is Dantayvion Wicks. All right, we have the Wicks jersey, and we have a game ball for Dantayvion Wicks because of his impact that he had on the game. I mean, you just see that throughout the game, he had a pretty good impact. I think he was our leading receiver in that game. He had like 94 yards. I don't think he was leading. Christian Watson might have took that. But
he was the leading receiver.
Was he? He was still leading? Okay. So
Yeah,
he was our leading receiver, and he had 2 touchdown catches. And that big one, that controversial one, which was already said to have been, it was corrected right there on the broadcast. Tom Brady said it. If Tom Brady says it, then it's true. All right? Don't question it. Dantayvion Wicks caught that football, and it was a touchdown.
Yes, sir.
Right? So, yeah, he's hanging on to the football. I think we all know he's a great route runner, and he can be consistent. So that just goes to show, man, like when we're all on the same page, like how much depth we have on our team, like when any guy could just step up and have a game like that, especially getting ahead of myself, but with Jaden Reed coming back, it's very exciting. But hey, this week, Dantayvion Wicks, you did your thing. You made a huge impact on the game. Leading receiver and 2 touchdown catches. Here's the game ball. Dantayvion Wicks.
Nice. Yeah. Totally deserves it.
Party like a rock star. You remember that song?
Party
like a rock star.
Yeah, for sure.
Totally, dude.
Now the third game ball here. We can go out to somebody that apparently we said we like them. We said we liked them. We kind of trashed them though. Honestly, I can confirm from my sources in the Packers organization that he does have a good personality on and off the field. But I'm gonna give a game ball to the McDuffster.
Wow.
What was his name? Tyrone McDuffie.
I said Trent McDuffie.
Right. It's Isaiah.
I know it's Isaiah.
Isaiah McDuffie.
He used to have a Trent.
He had 12 tackles and 2 TFLs, 2 tackles for loss.
Oh, he's on the Chiefs. That's why Trent McDuffie. I'm sorry. They're not even relevant anymore. I don't know why I got that mixed up. But go ahead with Isaiah because he's the new Trent.
Yeah. He he really has been impacting the game a lot with Quay out. I think with his physicality. Cooper and Quay, they run sideline to sideline. They're great tackling, but it's just something else when McDuffie hits somebody. Maybe it's just because he's a lot smaller and whatnot. But like, man, his hits, you hear him, through the television, so you can feel him in your chest. I'm sure if you're a Lions fan, if you saw him walking down the street, like, oh, woo, it's the McDuffster. But yeah, 12 tackles, 7 of them were solo tackles too. So he was all over the field, and shout out Isaiah McDuffalo.
All right. Isaiah McDuffie. Like a lot of guys have just been stepping up with our injuries and going hard. And I think that I just feel like there's so many clips in this here episode that someone could just clip them just right and really expose my true feelings. No.
Yeah.
No, I think guys have been stepping up, and I just hope, and I have faith though that the coaching staff will keep the guys who are have momentum and are hot right now, doing the right things because we have people coming back. We have our receivers stepping up, but then we got a Jaden Reed come back, which is good. I just hope that it doesn't make us take a step backwards in trying to fit these guys in. And take away from the momentum that we have. That's just kind of a side thought on how Murphy's been stepping up there. So, hey, I got full faith that we can go ahead and keep the momentum going regardless. But so you're giving your game ball to McDuffie. Just one game ball?
Yep.
Just one game ball. Okay. So that puts us at 2 more game balls, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I am going to give the 4th game ball to Matt LaFleur. What a game. So what stood out to me about Matt LaFleur and his aggressiveness is, I know we were talking about Dan Campbell. I just think that the decisions to go for it in certain game scenarios really were clutch. I mean, we were 3 for 3 on 4th downs against the Lions, which really, 3 for 3
I like it.
on 4th downs. And then, not to mention the last, pretty much the last play of the game was 4th down. We were like, what, at the 45 or something like that. And, we could have maybe ran it and ran out some more time or something like that. But calls a pass play, has faith in Jordan Love, knows Dantayvion Wicks is going in, knowing that our receivers are locked in, understanding that, and then, calling the pass play on 4th down, getting the 1st down, and sealing the game right there. Now that's aggressive and smart. There's a complete total difference between just being aggressive and trying to have the biggest balls of them all, as AC/DC would say, than just actually trying to win a football game and understanding the game of football and the situations that you are in. So, hey, I'm going to give this to Matt LaFleur. And I asked you a couple of weeks ago, like, do you think Matt LaFleur holds back early on in the season? And just kind of based off what I'm seeing, I kind of think maybe he does, but who knows? That's neither here nor there. I don't really want to think about that, especially if it is in the early on in the season. But it just seems like we always seem to get going later on in the season, and at a perfect time too.
I think it's just the fact that he's a smart head coach, and that as you know, we started off the season this year pretty good on offense, and then teams figured out what we were doing, and I think it's just his adjustments, and now he's like, all right, well, they're gonna do that, we're gonna go there. And I think that's what it is. I think he's just getting his momentum with that. Not that he's holding back, but that he's a smart coach. He's not just gonna go in there every time and just we're gonna do what we do, and who cares what the defense does? No, like, defense is doing this, we're gonna go here. So I think it's just more smart coaching on that end. But yeah. So the final game ball, which we haven't even really talked about it much, had 4 touchdown passes. I've heard it from all the fans. I mean, there's fans out there thinking that Caleb Williams is better than Jordan Love.
What?
I don't, like I said, I'm not on social media, but I could see that. Anyways, I don't know. But
trust me, you say it jokingly, but there are people out there who think Caleb Williams is better than Jordan Love.
Yeah. Well, and he's just, I wouldn't say that was even his best game. He played good. He played great. Did what we needed to do to win the game. I think he had a little more incompletions than I'd like to see. A couple of balls that I'm sure he would have liked to have back. I know there was that one to Watson. I think there was a few to Watson that he wanted to have back. And that one where, who was it? I don't even know. I think it was one. It might have been one of the running backs there. He just missed.
Yeah.
Just wide open. He would have had a touchdown. So, but saying all that, he still threw 4 touchdown passes, and we put up 31 points. So I would give the last game ball to Jordan Love.
Boom. Last game ball going to Jordan Love. So, quick recap. I had Dantayvion Wicks and Matt LaFleur.
Yep.
Gave out 3 game balls.
Yes, sir. I had Micah Parsons with his 2.5 sacks, and forgot to bring this up, but he had 3 tackles for loss. And then Isaiah McDuffie with those 12 tackles, couple tackles for loss. And then Jay Love, 4 touchdown passes. Should have been a few more, but 4 touchdown passes, 4 touchdown passes. So,
all right, yeah, 4 touchdown TDs. 4 TD passes. Man, I have had a couple too many whiskeys today.
hey, everybody loves touchdown, or never mind. Go ahead.
Touchdown TDs.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are a special thing that you get every time you get a touchdown.
Yep.
Bears fans wouldn't know about it.
Don't even get me started. But I guess let's unless you have something else about game balls, I'll give my last pieces about this about this game so we can put it to rest.
All right, what are your last pieces about this Packers Lions game?
I think just looking forward from this game, I think this is going to give us some momentum more than a lot of the other wins. I think the first Lions win gave us a lot of momentum at the beginning of the year, and helped, put us forward. And I think this one is kind of like, I know the Lions they're going to be right there in the playoff picture, but it's got a lot tougher for them. But it does seem like we just like we stomped them out. We we ended their reign as a good team. No, I'm just kidding. Not as a good team, but you know what I mean.
Feel like that's true.
I know you do, but I think that this is going to propel us forward. And man, you can't ask for a better better schedule to end the season that we got coming up. We got to beat up the Vikings. We got to beat up the Lions. Now we get to beat up the Bears. So where is that at? That's in Lambeau.
In Lambeau, bro.
Bro.
Hey, save it for the Bears preview.
All right. I'll hold back. But yeah. So just something for every other fan that comes into our comments. Please come back, whether it's a loss or a win. Let's talk about it. I haven't heard anything from those Lions fans. I like to see what they're even thinking. Like, what's going on?
Lions fans' friend what the fuck happened to them? They were showing up in the comments before the game. They were talking about all this crap about the Packers are a boring team to watch. They're no good. They're mediocre. We're talking a lot for a team who can't beat the Browns, whatever. So be it. We lost them. Or you know who you lost to? The Vikings. You know who else you lost to? Us.
Twice.
The Kings of the North. You got swept by the Green Bay freaking Packers.
Yes, sir.
No, please, let's continue to discuss. But that's just how it goes. That they lose, they disappear. But it's all right.
Well, when we get beat, if we ever get beat again, we're gonna be back here and we'll discuss it. We'll take it off. So come back. Let's see what you guys got. It's fun. Obviously all these rivalries, and I think it's awesome, especially in our division right now. Lions usually aren't good. Vikings are good here and there. Same with the Bears, but all the teams are solid right now. And it's awesome to actually, as a Packer fan, to have some competition. So, let's talk about it.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, you had the Packers winning, obviously, against the Lions. What was your score?
My score was 37-27.
All right. Mine was 31-17. So
You got the Packers right, but you were 7 points away from the Lions score.
I feel like I should get some type of points for guessing the right score.
But we were both 7 points away on our prediction, technically. But
So again, it's another close week on our score predictions, which is fine. You know, great minds think alike, kind of. Well, it wasn't the same, but it was different, but same.
different, but same.
It was same, but different.
But different.
So, but hey, you know, either way, Packers got the dub. Swept the Lions on Thanksgiving in front of all the Lions fans and their families, and it was a glorious, glorious day.
It was.
This is Underground Sports Talk. As always, go Pack Go.
Go Pack Go.
I gotta stop recording. It's so scary.